Well, look, I'm now recording, so this little, I'm just going to go through, I'll mention a few things, and then if you want to ask any questions once I've done my little run through, is that okay?
That's okay.
So, Mariska, thank you very much for the Zoom session today, which is Friday the what day is it? I'm mixed up. Friday the 5th of April, 2019. So I'd like to go through EDU105, Introduction to Academic Writing and Research, for a couple of minutes with you. So, the most important document, arguably, if you're ever lost, is to go to the subject outline. That contains all the official accredited material. The rest of Moodle is designed to support that. If you've got any questions, or you get some revelations about stuff that you think other people will benefit from, hit the forum button. And that means everybody in our course can see it on their email, and I can see it. And that's a great way to ask about assignments. If it's a personal matter, your personal circumstances, then send me an email, and you simply go to my name, click on that, and it turns into an email, and you can send it to me, and it's a private one. Okay. Now what do I do? Can't. I can't shrink it. Anyway, go away, email. Okay. So then these are some old Zoom recordings from before, which you're very welcome to look at. This echo one there, I wouldn't worry too much about, but those Zooms are done by me. This thing here, the e-journal application form, when you hit that, if any of you haven't been there yet, you better, because that gets you straight onto EBSCO-host, and that's where you can get journals, really good quality articles about anything. The college pays a big annual fee for that, so that you can go there, all our students can, so that we don't have textbooks, because we know textbooks are very expensive and hard to get hold of. We rather you go here for your resources, and then you've already paid for that in your fees. Plagiarism quiz, you basically have to do that once for all your assignments throughout the whole course, and you enter the results of that on your cover sheet of every assignment. Now, that is a New South Wales thing. Now, in your country or wherever you happen to be, or if you're in a different state of Australia, I would encourage you to do a or some training on child protection awareness. And I'm not really fussed about which one it is, but it's good to do whatever your jurisdiction asks you to do. And you upload the certificate there. Now, if that date is already closed, I will change the date of that so people can still upload stuff there. And I'm not fussed about it being late as long as we have it this semester.
Okay.
This thing here, Lantai, is entirely an Australian thing. So if you're not teaching in Australia, you wouldn't have to do that. Observational visits. Now that is part of the accredited course. And I would encourage you to read all about that and go and fix up throughout your study years, 10 days in different schools, maybe 5 different schools, 2 days each, to get a broader perspective of what education is about. So find different styles of school, size, ages, cultures, to get a broader perspective of what education's up to these days. So the assessments, now you've been doing the reflective journals. You have 5 to do this semester. I don't think there's been any dramas there from anybody. This assignment, which is due very soon, is very exciting. This is the most exciting piece of assignment I've set up, where you actually film yourself teaching 3 kids, 5 kids, it doesn't matter how many, just a little group of people, and teach them anything that you're comfortable with. I just want to see a video of you teaching. The lesson plan isn't that significant. Yes, you would do a plan, you'd write it up as a table or something, dot points. It's not particularly fussy, it's just for your purposes, and I'd like to see what you've planned. Incidentally, at the end of subject outline, there's a rubrics on each of the assignments. Do go there and read those rubrics, because that'll tell you what to focus on in a particular assignment. And you'll see that the actual lesson plan is, I think it's only 10% of this 20% assignment. So the actual lesson plan isn't to be stressed over at all. One side of paper. Simple. The main thing is just recording yourself and making a hyperlink that you put into a Word document that you upload to me. So you don't upload the video to Google, you just simply upload a link to the video. And the easiest way I find to do it is on a YouTube clip. And it just takes a few minutes and off you go, and that assignment is done. I'm so excited to look forward to that. This assignment here is very exciting. I don't know in Africa what the story is, but I'm trying to get you to get into the struggle of what do parents want, what do the school want, what do kids want, what's the value of homework. Is it appropriate to little kinder kids? Is it appropriate to year 12? The whole debate of should homework be a punishment? Should homework be an encouragement? It's a massive topic and very exciting. And you simply have to read these 2 and reflect on the 2 articles. That's that. And here, right at the end of the semester, is an essay on those readings and a few more, I hope. And you should write an argumentative essay, one that seeks to make a point. And imagine yourself in a court of law and you're the prosecution for homework, or you're the defense against homework. Which side do you want to take? You might be absolutely thrilled with it because you've seen in your own children that it works superbly for them, or you might be totally against homework, in which case develop your case and give references APA style and make a really compelling argument for why you believe what you believe. Anyway, that's my, and the rest of this Moodle page is really, I think of it as a bit like a shopping mall. You walk through the aisles and you pick up what is going to be relevant to you. If you feel you've already got that, yeah, I know what that's about, move on by. You don't have to buy it. Just move on by. But if there's something, study skills. Yeah, I really do need to work on my study skills. So you stop at that aisle and you do a bit more reading, a bit more reflecting. But other stuff you can just walk by. Don't stress. There's no have to about all this. This is a resource for you to help you find your way through the assignments. This subject should not be an onerous one that you feel, I'm slipping behind. You know, it should be, this is a sort of touchstone. this is, yeah, measures where I'm at. Okay. Anyway, enough of me rambling. Have you got any questions, Mariska, about EDU 105?
Well, I think you shortly answered all the questions that I did have. Because I had a question about the observational visits.
Right.
One of the other students actually asked me today that I should find out if we have to do it also. So you answered my question.
It's not urgent now. We technically, and we can worry about this in years to come, just before graduation, you need to have done 10 days. 10 days of OBs. That's the regulation, and it is, you're not teaching when you go to these schools. You're simply observing, making yourself useful, not getting in the way. And you've obviously got to be polite when you go to the school. You're asking them to open up their school for you. Obviously, don't take any pictures or do any recording other than in your notebook.
Okay.
You know, if you go in there and set up a camera, I think the school might be a bit upset, especially if they haven't given you permission. But if you're just writing some notes for yourself, then they can't object.
No, don't think they will mind. And then the CPAT, we had a discussion about the child protection awareness training on the forum. We had a discussion there. I did some research and I found that the most similar thing that we have in South Africa to that child protection awareness training is called a police clearance certificate, because the child protection awareness training that they offer for us in South Africa is more towards social workers. It's not that much towards educators. But there is now a new law that's been implemented a few years ago, that we have to, everybody who works with children and who comes into contact with children on a daily basis, that means even the security at the school, the cleaning ladies at the school, the everybody. If you work at a place where there's children, you have to have this police clearance certificate. So do we then upload our police clearance certificate to that? Okay.
Yeah, no, that's the way to go.
Okay.
Anything else?
No, I think I'm okay.
Very good. Well, Mariska, look, it's getting late for you now in Africa, so I'll bid you good night and keep in touch. Don't forget the news forum for things general. Oh, and may I also mention, if you folks have not gone here, if you go to Ed Info page, particularly this one here, the Education Homeroom, there's loads of resources here. Some recordings from previous PD days. There's lots of resources here, so don't forget the this page as well. Okay.
Oh, there is one more question.
Yeah.
Sorry. Before we go, all the assignments and assessments that we need to do, must we do it in from a South African perspective? Would you like us to convert everything where it says from? I know the EDU101, the essay. I know we are now not there. Now we are at EDU105. but that essay says that
Yeah,
particularly in Australian schools, so must we then just convert it to South Africa?
I would say that would make most sense, because the point is we want you to, wherever you are, to be aware of changes in the education system wherever you are. Now, if there were some students from Africa who anticipated having a stronger Australian context in the future, then yes, maybe they do the Australian context. But I would imagine the majority of you wouldn't. And it would be ridiculous to try and dig that up. So please think about and do research on the last 60 years of education in South Africa. And yes, of course, you'll have different rules and laws, but the principles will be the same, I suspect. The attitudes of parents and teachers, children. There'll be similarities and there'll be differences, but just that's absolutely fine. Yeah, go for your local context. If it comes to a syllabus discussion, go for the local syllabus discussion rather than New South Wales or Australia.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
No worries. Better goodbye now. Thank you very much.
Have a good day.
You sleep well. Bye bye.
Thank you. Have a good day. Bye.